In this episode, we're hanging around waiting for our watermaker to return from being repaired, but after a week at Airlie Beach, we decide it's time to get out into the beautiful Whitsunday Islands. We have a great sail and catch some very nice mackerel along the way.
And don't miss this one. In the Our Galley segment, Karen poaches beautiful deep-sea nannygai fillets in delicious spices and coconut cream to produce what I describe as one of the tastiest fish dishes ever.
Finally, anchor up. We're overdue to be out in the islands. So this morning, we have actually no idea where we're heading. Sounds a bit like our dream time. We'll get the anchor up, we'll get out there, we'll see what the wind is saying, and then we'll decide where we're going. It's beautiful anchored out here off Coral Sea, but when you're in here it means that you head into town, and that's all good, but we've had a week of, boat works and repairs, and it's just about time we got out there and had some fun in the islands. Oh, those beautiful clean decks are no longer clean as the mud comes up from the anchor. Oh well, that's the price you pay for a good anchorage. Our anchor and chain, we're going nowhere down there in that goop.
And we can safely say you wouldn't want all of that inside your ankle locker.
No. We have 1.9 knots straight on the nose, so the mizzen is already up. Main is ready. One spectacular day here in the Whitsundays. Finally on our way. It's taken over 25 minutes to actually get the anchor up out of that mud. But when you have that good holding, you know that you're not going anywhere, so sometimes having a little bit of mud on the deck to clean up is not so bad. Heading past Pioneer Rocks and the main point of the mainland, and looks like we have fish on. I'm not going out there because I actually have to deal with going through the rocks that you see over there, the mainland you see there, one catamaran coming towards us and one that we have to pass. We've just finished filleting our first fish and called out fish on. And Rob's dashed back here to pull this one in. Let's hope this is a nice one. We have nice lunch already, and this one would be nice to share with a few in the anchorage tonight. Let's hope he's a big one.
Good back.
Give me the rod. Have the rod. You're free. Is busy today. Nice big mac for us to have for dinner tonight. Hopefully we've got a few friends in the anchorage because it's a good one to share.
We've only been going for an hour, we've got 2 on board.
2 on board? Wow, good fishing.
Gotta love the Whitsunday Islands.
Yeah, you gotta love that, and also Spiro's Rig. Thanks mate.
Looking south down the Mole Channel towards Daydream Island in the middle there. Then we've got South Mole Island, North Mole Island. That's the catamaran soiree ahead of us. But as we're going at the moment, not for long. Always very pleasing when we can overtake a multi-hull and our big old heavy cruiser. But she's getting along beautifully with all 4 sails up. We've only got about 8 or 9 knots of wind, but we're getting along at 5.5 to 6 knots, which is absolutely delightful in this sea state. Another glorious day in the Whitsunday Islands.
Just arriving into beautiful Marcona Inlet. It's a nice long inlet and it's pretty well protected from all winds.
As soon as the anchor was down, we pretty quickly got the dinghy in the water, dropped some crab pots in and headed for the nearest beach.
Let's make footprints in sand. Let's make miracles. Come hold my hand. Let's find something new. Me and you.
Beautiful yellow flowers on the bush up here. Karen explores what other vegetation lines this beautiful beach in Marcona Inlet. One of many. The bush is certainly very dense, steep, rocky, and not the place to go too far bushwalking in bare feet like me.
Let's make footprints in the sand. Let's make miracles. Come hold my hand. Let's find something new. Me and you.
After a beautiful night at Marcona Inlet and a lovely walk yesterday afternoon along the beaches here, we've decided that we need to up anchor. Weather has changed and we're going to get a bit of a southerly into the anchorage here. It's quite a long inlet, and we're right up the top, but we've already got this little chop happening. Rob's just pulling up the anchor. Over there is a beautiful little beach, and 5 years ago we had our 30th wedding anniversary on the beach. We cooked duck in chocolate and raspberry jus. We had potatoes in sage butter and a beautiful bottle of moe, all laid out on linen, tablecloth with chairs. Perfect day to celebrate 30 years. The shop that we've got here is building actually by the minute, so it'll be a nice sail. We think we might head up to Woodwark Bay. Today, 16 nautical miles. We'll see what the wind is out there and see whether we decide that that's the right place to go.
We're still well inside Marcona Inlet and already we've got quite a chop rolling in. So looking ahead, there's plenty of white water on the outside, so I think it was a good call to get out of Dodge and head back over to Airlie, where we can just tuck in well protected from the southerly and southeasterlies.
With you and I, the future is bright.
Welcome to our galley. Tonight we're going to cook a beautiful fish called nannygai. Nannygai is a bright red fish which you can catch in deep waters. There's two types of nannygai. There's the big mouth nannygai and the small mouth nannygai, and quite simply you'll know which you've caught simply by looking at their mouths. They're a firm white fish which is really beautiful. They're nice to do even a curry with because they hold together really nicely. So tonight I'm actually going to use Thai influence in this recipe, and we are going to use coconut milk to actually poach the nannygai in the oven, which will be something different. So first up, we're going to put our nannygai into my enamel cast iron pot, which goes both on the stove and into the oven. I love these on the boat. They work so well. I do so much in it. I'm going to, this is a lime mind you, but it's so yellow. We're going to just squeeze on. All right, get that going. And that just adds that base flavour. Right, and then we're going to pop on our ginger. These are just strips of ginger, fresh ginger that we've cut. We're going to put on some diced chilli. Now this is long chilli, so, and it has been off the vine for some time, the bush for some time. So it's not as hot as it normally would be, so you can add some extra. But if you've got fresh chilli that's just been off the bush, you may like to knock that back a bit. We're then going to use some beautiful kaffir lime. Oh, this sends me back to Thailand and to Balinese food and Thai food. They love using this. And then over the top of that, we're going to very carefully pour some coconut cream, which is going to poach the fish in. And I'm going to add a little bit of sweet chili just over the top. This will give the sweetness that we need. And I'm going to pop the vegetables, which I've got some carrot and some beans all the way around, and they will also poach into that lovely coconut milk. We're going to pop the lid on that, and we're going to cook it for a good 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to boil some water, and we're actually going to cook some glass noodles, and that's what it's going to be served on. We're a bit rocky and rolly at the moment, so in the oven we'll go at a medium heat, 15 to 20 minutes until the fish is cooked. So just popping the glass noodles in, boiling hot water, and we'll just cook them for about 5 minutes and then drain them, and they will be the base for our lovely fish. Well, our fish has been in for just over 15 minutes, so it should be done. Let's have a look. Smells wonderful. Can you smell that? Want 2 pieces, Ron? Of course. We'll just spoon over some of that sauce as well. And served with this tonight is some sour mustard, which is very Thai or Chinese, but it is very Thai, and it's been pickled with some chili, and it is very sharp and sour, so it goes very nice with coconut milk. And a sprinkle of some fresh kaffir lime over the top, and a couple of lovely shards of chili. Dinner is served.
If you're enjoying our videos, please make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really does help us with YouTube to reach more people. If you also hit the bell button, you'll be notified each time we release a new episode. Come sail with us again soon.